as a producer, because when we get to Young Son of No One, I think that's a very underrated album. But I also don't think it has stories of the magnitude of Bigger and Deffer. Like the story rhymes on that album were just, to me, astronomically phenomenal. So,
are you talking about Breeze's lyrical content?
No, I'm saying I think the stories on Bigger and Deffer are just so good. The story raps in particular, of which
we got stories of, there's stories about Breeze too. We just don't talk about it.
No. I mean the songs.
Okay.
The songs. Like Bristol Hotel or Candy or Breakthrough or Doo-Wop, the story rhymes, So
and that comes from life experiences.
So what to that point then, what song?
The Bristol Hotel is a real hotel.
But break down, like, did LL explain to you why, like, hey, this is a real hotel, I'm gonna write this song, or how did that happen?
I asked him. I was like, is the Bristol Hotel a real song? He was like, yeah. Him and E-Love was laughing because that's where they would go and take care of some business occasionally. You know what I'm saying? Room 515. The Breakthrough, we wasn't even there when he did that. We came in, he said, I want y'all to listen to something I did last night. You didn't call us? And he said, nah, it's just something that I needed to do. I had to get off my chest, me and Steve at. You know what I'm saying? Bigger. I said, who scratched? He said, me. Knuckleheads spreading gossip all over town. You know what I'm saying? He had an idea. He wanted to do it his way, because had he conveyed it to us, we would have probably put some West Coast swing in it or something, and that's not what he wanted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that song is, it's hard to pick the best songs or my favorite songs on that album, because there are 11 out of 12, or maybe even 12 out of 12. It's just, it's very difficult.
He had a briefcase, dude. He'd be on the train, have a briefcase. He opened his briefcase, and it was just books of rhymes. He pick up a pad, and start saying a rhyme. Muff would say, wait, say it again? Yeah, give me a minute. Turn it up, Steve. And his face would just light up, because he could ride that shit. You know what I'm saying? That happened, quite often also.
Right. So then what you mentioned Jam Master Jay, and I know you guys worked with him on the Real Roxanne's album the next year. So what made you guys connect so well with Jay?
It all started with Uncle Jam's Army. Run DMC, Jason, Russell, Houdini, Curtis, everybody that was affiliated with that circle of people at one point in time came to LA to the DJ booth where Uncle Jam's Army's headquarters was, basically, so to speak. And that's where the magic started to happen. That's how we got to, in that place, we hang out, laugh, joke, pop, all other kind of stuff. Then there's the show. And then your whole attitude changes, because it's nighttime in South Central, the ghetto bird is out, LAPD is 4 deep, and the parking lot will be full of rolling 60 Crips, leading us up to the sports arena.
Man, that's wild. So that was Slauson and Western?
Slauson and Western.
Yeah, when I moved to LA, I lived on Western, a little further north, but yes. I was right off Western, but a little further north. But yes. So okay,
let me tell you this, Jason. We get to New York, me, Muff, and Breeze. maybe about 2 months after we had been there, we walk into Def Jam and Jason is there. And we was like, Jay. And he looked and he was like, what are y'all doing out here? He was like, we've been here. So he was like, yo, come on with me. So we go get in this car and we drive. And he said, how long have y'all been here? We was like, maybe 2 or 3 months. He said, well, why didn't you call? He said, nobody would give us your number. He said, had I known that you guys were here, I would have picked you up a long time ago. But now that I know you're here, it's all good. He immediately took us to Davy's house. Took us to the Hollis crew. Mom's is cooking Thanksgiving. You niggas ain't got shit. I'm gonna send a cab and y'all come to the house. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's amazing. I had a handful of interactions and times hanging out with Jam Master Jay over the years, and he was always like a great dude. And it was, I got a few pictures of him too. So I was always, when I happen across him, it's always kind of like, man, this dude, amazing.
Yeah, we got an iconic picture with me, Dwayne, Jason, and Roxanne in the old school Chungking House of Metal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then how did it come that you guys worked on the Real Roxanne album with Jay?
Man. Roxanne was here in LA. They were her, Curtis Blow, the Boogie Boys were giving a show at Olympic Auditorium. The old iconic Olympic Auditorium where they used to wrestle and roller derby. And on this particular night, me and Muff went to the backstage door and they said, y'all must be the Boogie Boys. And we just looked at each other and they let us through. So we didn't say shit. But when we walk in, she's standing up against the wall and I make eye contact with her. I was like, she's fucking beautiful. So we get to New York. I'm like, Muff, we got to find Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? And went on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I was asking Jay, everybody. And finally, I don't remember, finally ran into her somewhere or something. Or better yet, I think we went to Select and talked to Fred Mineo, Select Records.
With Jay or just as LA Posse?
It was just me and Dwayne.
Okay.
And set up a meeting. She came to our crib in Brooklyn, played her a lot of music, a lot of stuff that she wasn't supposed to hear. She dug it. We told Jay that we was gonna do it. Jay said, I want to get down too. So he was like, okay, cool, we'll do, that ought to work. We told Fred Mineo what it was. He was with it, and that's how that happened.
So did you guys played her bigger and deafer, I assume?
Probably.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We had a special bond.
Congratulations.
She's a very dear, good friend of mine, man. God bless her.
That's awesome. So then did you, with Real Roxanne, and because Select had UTFO, of course, and then Kid and Play, Chubb Rock, etc., Real Roxanne, but
Kid and Play wasn't even there yet.
Yeah, but
neither was Chubb.
Well, what I'm saying is that is, yes, but the fact that they had this small roster of rappers eventually through Chubb Rock, and they didn't. Why do you the question is, why do you think Select wasn't able to break her through the way they were a little bit later with Kid and Play or a little bit later with Chubb Rock?
Another good question. Man, it's hard to break an artist. You know what I'm saying? And we used to ask the questions to DMC and everybody, what does it take to go on tour with you guys? He gave a very simple answer. He said, all you need is a hit song. I was like, that's it? He said, you one hit song, you'll go on tour with us.
Wow.
So I said that to say, although I think she had a lot of dope songs, I just don't know why it never hit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Okay.
The shit that she did with Howie, Bang Zoom, and all of that stuff before that shit was good too.
Well, that was one of those. I guess everybody wasn't super established, but that was an early example of multiple producers on one album that didn't work together or weren't in the same camp. So that being said, I wanted you to break down with Bigger and Deffer, it's you guys in LL. Then with Real Roxanne, it's you got LA Posse, Roxanne, and Jam Master Jay. So how did it flow? How was it different, or how does it compare?
It doesn't. It's for one, you're working with a female. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes she can get sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Emotional. And
well, how's that? But with LL, I've always heard and he's told me too, like he would get in arguments with the producers. So what's the difference of how Roxanne's emotion would be different from LL's?
He never got into arguments with us.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, we did because we didn't. There's not too many things that we would disagree on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that probably came after the fact when different producers don't realize and probably didn't realize that Todd is a producer also. Right. They just think that he's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And so you sit there and you trying to play music for him and everybody is bobbing their head and Todd is like just looking at him. He's like, this doesn't move me. You know what I'm saying? I can go get the fellas and we can do this.
Right.
She doesn't write like he does. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually helped her write, a few of the songs also lyrically. You don't do that with Todd. Todd writes his own lyrics. I mean, I got lucky and came up with the cop part on I'm Bad. You know what I'm saying? Wrote it out, said it, they liked it, and performed on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a rare occasion. You know what I mean?
Okay. Gotcha. So with the Real Roxanne, what did explain like how you guys work with Jam Master Jay versus just LA Posse doing work?
Man, look. What time is the studio session? 4:00. All right. Everybody shows up, go in, take a seat behind the board, and hit a pad, scratch. We just start. You just go. I don't know how to tell you what you want to hear, but.
Well, I think for me, at least.
Let me put it to you like this. Let's say, if memory serves me right, the song that we did, Roxanne is on a Roll. That's a sample. Dun, 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 oh yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I think Rob Ace used it, but whatever it was, Dwayne started working on the track. Jay jumps in and does his thing on it, takes it to a different level. You know what I'm saying? So it was complimentary. When Dwayne and Pooh started Beats to the Rhyme, Jay was out of town. Okay. About 2 months later, I saw DMC at Def Jam, and I said, whatever happened to that song we started? Oh, it's done. It's like, it's done? Yeah, Davey came in and fixed it. Okay, can we hear it? And what you hear now is the finished product. But it started, with, Dwayne laying the basic blueprint of it, and then all the other creative people come in and stroke their own brushes and come up with a masterpiece.